It's time for the fried chicken. Gonna grab me some of this. We got the wing. We got the wing.
That fried chicken slaps hard.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Theo Williams back at it again for another tasty episode of America's Best Restaurants. Today I find myself in Locust Grove, Oklahoma at Country Cottage Restaurant. I can't wait to go inside and try this country style buffet and talk to the great people. So let's go inside, get to the eating, and have some fun. Hi, excuse me. Do you know Cindy or Kelly where I can find them?
Yes, I'm Cindy.
Oh!
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
I'm Theo from America's Best Restaurant.
And this is Kelly.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly. Hi, nice to meet you.
These are some of our customers, Sandy, and we're just hanging out, looking at our good stuff that we've got in today.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've been changing over, getting a lot of our fall things in. Yeah.
I'd love to hear it. I mean, if you guys don't mind, I'd love to ask you guys a couple of questions.
Sure.
Awesome, nice. So, how close do you guys live around here?
Oh yes, so I live just about a quarter mile this way. She lives just about a quarter mile that way, and so that lets it where our kids can walk and come on down.
I gotta imagine it makes it really easy. Well, not easy, but it helps running a restaurant when everyone lives in such close proximity.
Yes.
My mom and dad built the restaurant, and they just lived across the road. And I grew up. My brother and I grew up just across the road.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow. Love to hear it.
Very community oriented.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm walking in here and I'm looking at this it's almost like a store before you even get to the restaurant. Like, what's going on here?
This has kind of just been a little project that I started with, and I think it keeps it interesting when you come to the restaurant every time to have something different to look at, something good to pick up just for a friend. We live in a rural area, so it's nice to have some unique gifts that you don't have to go all the way to Tulsa or to a big city to get.
Love to hear it. And I also see in the background, you guys have some America's Best Restaurants t-shirts. I love it. Do you have one? Can you hold that up for the TV? Hold that up for the camera real quick.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You guys even have ABR t-shirts made up just for us.
Yes.
That's so awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Well, right now, I am so ready to eat some food, and I want to get to know some of your family as well. So can we go keep it pushing and eat food and talk to some people?
Come on in.
Good. Sounds good.
You won't be disappointed.
All right, so now I am here at the illustrious buffet that they have, and I'm gonna just walk through here. I'm just gonna grab things I like. You know, they had some suggestions. I'm gonna take those suggestions, but I'm just gonna grab some things. Like, first off, got this beautiful smoked barbecue pork loin. I mean, come on, man, can't go wrong. Look how juicy that is. So you know that's gonna make the plate, right? Got a little bit of meatloaf. I'm a big fan of the meatloaf, you know. Actually, I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've ever had meatloaf. That wasn't my grandmother's meatloaf, so I'm really excited to try this. All this food looks just so good, and I am just really excited to take a bite out of all this stuff. But the thing that I heard that is like the real big deal, the real deal Holyfield here, is their mashed potatoes and their gravy. So we are coming upon that part right now. Put a nice little heap into that on there. And now for their world famous gravy. And look, I love the color. It's white gravy as opposed to, you know, like a lot of store-bought gravy. It's the brown gravy. No, this is the white gravy. And I know this is gonna slap hard. It's time for the fried chicken. Gonna grab me some of this. You know, I had to bring 2 plates. You know I had to grab 2 plates. So I'm a big fan of the chicken thigh, and I think I'm gonna take me a drumstick too. We're gonna see what this is hitting for right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. Y'all need to get on this. All right, well, now I've constructed my plate. It's time for me to sit down, have a conversation with Cindy and Kelly. I'm gonna be right back with you guys. Okay, guys, so now I am sitting here with the family. I have Kelly, Cindy, and Kenny. Now, Kenny is married to Cindy, and he is also the brother Oh, Kelly, just want to get this straight for everybody, so we got it all down pat. Thank you for inviting us here. I am really excited to be here, guys.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
So right now, I got some delicious looking food from you. You guys have some food as well. Kenny doesn't have a plate.
Yeah.
Kenny's the only one. So I'm going to bite into some of this. It looks phenomenal. I already tried some of the chicken. It was already excellent. Where do you think I should go next? I got the smoked pork loin here. I got this the cheese shells. I got your gravy with the mashed potatoes and the meatloaf. Where do you think I should go?
Go meatloaf.
Go meatloaf?
Yeah.
Okay. A little fun fact about me, I have never had a meatloaf that wasn't either made by my mother, my grandmother, or myself. So this is my first ever meatloaf outside of my own family.
Okay. Well, let's see what you think.
Now, people must love the meatloaf. I'm a big fan of mixing meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to.
You can tell if you're a country boy by the way you eat.
Absolutely. There we go. So I'm gonna get some of the mashed potatoes on there. Oh yeah.
Will we match up to the standard?
That's really good meatloaf. That's really good meatloaf. What are among some of the favorites that you guys sell here at this restaurant?
The fried chicken is probably the biggest go-to. We brine our chicken and then we hand flour it, and we pressure cook it, and so it keeps all the moisture in it. There's lots of flavor within the chicken. That's really, I think, brings a lot of flavor.
That gravy is a revelation. That, seriously, I've never had gravy that tasty.
Well, it's from a roux, so we don't use packages anywhere in the building. So we make the roux from scratch and make it in small pots as we go along through the day, and the potatoes are real. We peel lots of them.
You know, I can understand why you would go through so many potatoes, because if the gravy is going on top of those potatoes, I mean, first off, the potatoes had good flavor on their own when I mixed it with the meatloaf. You know what I'm saying? Had that nice flavor, nice buttery flavor. But then you add that gravy on top of it. It takes those potatoes to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah.
You could go look around, and there's probably potatoes, gravy, and then corn on top. They do that a lot too.
Yeah, no, trust me, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. So I hear you guys go through a lot of potatoes in a week, right?
Oh yeah. About 1,200 pounds a week.
Hand peeled. We had a machine for them, but they don't want it. They hand peel them. They're fast.
Oh,
super
wow.
fast peelers. Yeah.
I was about to say, that's a labor of love right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that is amazing. You know, your mom seems like a really awesome woman. You know, when speaking to the grandchildren, they had so many awesome things to say about how she instilled the community.
Or I remember Mom having like this one on her front and then the other one on the back, and she's like hot pans. Like she was a trooper.
Yes. And I remember Nana, like we would all be here, and she'd be out there cooking and entertaining us in the back. And then she used to make the buffet, she would plan it on like those yellow notepads, you know, with the stripes. So she would draw it out and then like write where each thing was gonna go. So then all of us, that's all we ever know. So like our doodles were drawing out plans for buffets. And menus and things like that. So she taught me everything.
But she would always ask what our favorite was. So
Yes.
we could have our favorite on the buffet the next day.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Because that's what Nana wanted. She wanted us all here all the time.
Yes.
Like we have a playroom back there for
Yeah.
all the kids to play while we're working.
Because we've been here, it's allowed us to meet so many people and be a part of so many things, like going on caterings and things. Like we saw things and did things that like other people don't get to ever experience. So
We started doing stuff like peeling potatoes since we were like
literally
out of
infants.
the womb.
Yeah.
Well, about Mom, I guess, talking about the gravy, I mean, that was important to her, just all of her recipes and how she would cook it. And she would always, whenever she would come in, she could look at the gravy and she would stir it and could tell, oh, no, that needs to go a little longer. So we really took a long time to teach the cooks how to get it to Mom's standard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so it took a lot of time, and Kenny was really good at keep practicing to tell them for sure how to get it to her standard. But she could eye it, she could look at it and know, nope, it's not ready.
Eyeball test.
Oh yeah.
She would come and even after she had her stroke, she'll sit in the kitchen and she just watches and she'll go, you need more salt in that. You need to stir that. She can get us from far away.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to say I just tried that pork loin and it was phenomenal.
Well, good.
That smoke flavor coming off that was delicious.
We
Juicy.
have an in-house smoker. We smoke it here.
Really?
Yeah. So we that was just smoked this morning. Yeah.
Oh,
So we do everything right here. Yeah.
I can tell this is a very faith-based family. Talk a little bit about how faith has played a role in this legacy that you guys have all created here.
I mean, of course, it's a small town, so we had to put this in with a lot of faith that God would bless it, and it. Obviously, it has. We've expanded, and it's just given us such an opportunity with the people that come through to work for us to share what we can with them, and try to provide for them, and it's just such an opportunity to bless other people.
A lot of people in our community that just need love. They just need some love. And so they can come into whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in the front, whether they're sitting at the table, and it just gives us an opportunity just to love on them and show them that somebody loves them. So I think that's really been a lot of the legacy, because I wasn't going to tell us the very first time I walked in here, because I wasn't born into it. I was a waitress, and back then we wore all white, which was crazy. And we had these pinafore aprons. And when I came in, I didn't know Linda, their mom, at all. And she came and she was talking to someone else, but she was touching me. So she put the apron on me. She started fluffing my thing. She's spinning me around, doing my hair, and then she just kind of pushed me off, like, okay, there you go. I was like, what just happened? But that's just how she was. She treated me like I was her daughter, and she didn't know me from anybody.
The biggest thing is that Nana instilled in all of us a love for our community, and that's what this place is. This is the place that when everyone gets off of church, or when there's a big ball game or something like that, everyone comes here. And so it's like this, we don't have markets or anything like that anymore. This is the market. This is where people come to see each other and share and be a family, and it has brought our community together just as it's brought our family together.
Right.
I'm tasting so many delicious flavors, but not only am I tasting delicious flavors, I'm tasting love right here. Like, this is honestly, you can tell when somebody is putting love into their food.
Mom showed her love with food. So when you went to her house, you had to eat if you were hungry.
Oh, that's right.
And if she liked something, we even had trouble whenever she was cooking in the kitchen. If someone ordered something, maybe chicken fried steak with no gravy, they don't know what they're talking about. Give them some gravy. They need gravy with chicken fried steak and things like that. But the cooks that cook today, they loved my mom. My mom loved them. And I think the love that they shared, they still put into the food. And I think that's special. And I know the ladies back there are special to us. And I know that's what we're tasting. It's the love that they had with mom and them to try.
That's what I'm like. Life blesses us with special people. Nothing lasts forever, but the fact that we've had an opportunity to share our lives with these individuals is what makes it special, is what gives us purpose in our life.
Absolutely.
What does the future look like for Country Cottage Restaurant?
We can't get anybody to commit yet that wants to take over, so they're still a little young, but we hoping one of them will step up and take the reins here. So they like being here. They just don't like being here and being responsible for it.
Yes, yeah. Well,
And honestly, this is something that we just have to pray about. We just pray for the Lord to guide our steps.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for your hospitality, for your story, for your lovely energy, and for your lovely food. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Guys, so we just had a great time here at the Country Cottage Restaurant, and everything was spectacular. You can't go wrong with a buffet. You already know that, but everything that I put on my plate was amazing. Had the fried chicken, had the smoked pork loin, had the meatloaf, the first meatloaf I've ever tried outside of my family, and it was delicious. Had a great time. I got to sit down and talk to the grandchildren of the matriarch, Linda, who sounded like she was an amazing person that cared about her community and the the people that she loved. And then I got to talk to Kelly and Cindy, who's been keeping the tradition alive, and they were awesome as well. We had a great time here at Country Cottage, and I am so thankful that we got to share all of our time with them. I'm Theo Williams for America's Best Restaurants. Hope to see you.